All right, this is it, everybody. Stadia is finally going to give us the details where I feel like they should have given us on the first one, because their first press conference was a little lackluster in regards to how people viewed it, because they weren't giving us the details. They were giving us generalities and not giving us specific details that really helped us understand what kind of service and what are they offering here with Stadia. Because, they just have to offer us more. They are just not doing exactly what everyone else is doing. And we've experienced game streaming, but we really have not experienced any kind of game streaming like this before. This is something completely new, something completely unique. And for them, they need to really set it up. It's already starting. Here we go. Let's see what Stadia's got for us. And it's called Stadia Connect.
Hi, I'm Phil. Thanks so much for joining us today for the first Stadia Connect. This series gives you a look at Stadia news, events, new titles, bonus features, and more. We'll be posting these Stadia Connect videos from time to time to bring you the latest from Google straight to all of you, the players. We've got a bunch of exciting news to share with you today, so let's get started. 3 months ago, we gave you a first look at Stadia, a new generation game platform powered by the best of Google. Today, we're going to tell you about the first wave of games available at launch. We'll share pricing details, including an exclusive launch offer, and you'll learn how to become one of the first Stadia players. Stadia has been years in the making across different Google teams. Google's mission has always been to make information more accessible for everyone. With Stadia, our goal is to make gaming more accessible for everyone too. We designed Stadia to bring together game players and game watchers from around the world into one global community of gamers. And Stadia makes it easy to play your favorite games on any screen in your life. At launch later this year, you'll be able to play Stadia games on your TV, desktop, laptop, tablet, and on Pixel smartphones, starting with Pixel 3, as well as the brand new Pixel 3a that we announced last month. Wherever you are, Stadia lets you play the latest games. No downloads, no patches, no installs. Just grab your controller and you're in. This level of access and availability represents a huge shift in the gaming world. Instead of a console or a PC, you're using Google's data center as the platform. We handled the intense gameplay processing and graphics, so there's no console required to
what's
play
my internet
your
going to be like?
games.
What do I have to have
Structurally? The games. Today, we're unveiling the very first wave of games coming to the platform at launch. We're working with hundreds of leading publishers and developers around the world to deliver their biggest and best titles to Stadia. We've lined up an incredible selection of games spanning nearly every genre, including fighting, sports, role-playing games, first-person action, and racing titles.
If there's lag in the fighting games, people are going to be really mad.
This worldwide exclusive unveil comes straight from our friends at Larian Studios.
Turning into like a zombie or something? Or Jekyll and Hyde? What? The heck? Baldur's Gate 3. I've heard of Baldur's Gate. I've never played it, so for me it has no
So Larian is a company where we try to give
effect on
everybody
me.
a lot
Oh my
of freedom,
god, the guy in armor walking
we want
by.
them to come with their IDs. Thanks, man. forget it. My name is Sven Vinke. I am the founder and director of Larian Studios. So Larian Studios was founded in '97 in Ghent in Belgium. I've seen the entire evolution of the games industry. We keep on driving the state-of-the-art forward so fast. You don't have that in music, you don't have it in movies. But in video games, you have it, and Stadia is like the next leap. I mean, it is quite revolutionary. Larian Studios was founded to be able to create big epic RPGs in which the world reacts to what you're doing, in which you could play together with your friends. When we released Divinity Original Sin 1, I tried approaching Wizards of the Coast, trying to tell them that we should be the ones making Baldur's Gate 3. They didn't necessarily believe me back then, but then we started making Divinity Original Sin 2, and then at some point they just reached out to me and they said, well, you're the guy that wanted to make Baldur's Gate 3. Do you still want to make Baldur's Gate 3? And I say, yeah, of course I still want to make Baldur's Gate 3. And that got the conversation rolling, and before you knew it, we were constructing story. It was awesome. It was a geek dream come true. Baldur's Gate 3 is the biggest game that we've ever done. We had to triple the size of the studio to be able to do it. Production values are very, very, very high, but the game deserves it. I mean, it's people have been waiting on it.
The fact
for
you
a
have to
very long
tell
time,
me your
so it
production
deserves to be
values.
top-notch in every single aspect, and it's shaping up to be a beautiful game.
This is
The
one where you
coolest thing
say
about
it's
it all
a
is that by
show,
bringing it
don't
to
tell
Stadia,
kind of
pretty much
thing.
everybody is going to be able to play it at the highest quality settings because Stadia is democratic
depending
in
on
that
your
sense, if you
internet.
want. It
Come
doesn't
on.
differentiate between what platform you're playing it on.
I'm
because
sorry.
everything is
I feel like
server-based.
I'm going down on this a little bit,
We
but
can't
it's
wait for you
just
to play Baldur's Gate 3 on
they
Stadia.
haven't been very
And whether you're
clear
playing an
about
RPG like Baldur's Gate
internet
3 or
and
any of the
what
other
you need,
titles
so
and genres
it's hard
we share
to-
today, we know that players demand
It's hard
the
to believe
most
everything so
responsive
far. You gotta
experiences from their
see more.
games. And we
Hopefully
have
there's a beta or
architected
something you can
Stadia
test it
to
out
give you
more.
the fastest possible response between what your fingers are doing and what your eyes are seeing. So, what does that mean for the internet connection you're on right now? Let's quickly dig into
see?
the numbers. Our highest quality gaming experience is remarkable.
Thank you for covering
with
this.
4K HDR video at 60 frames per second and 5.1 surround sound. We're able to deliver this experience to users with a connection speed of around 35 megabits per second. And with Google
Okay,
handling the
that's not bad.
processing load, you can enjoy smooth gameplay even if you don't have that kind of connection. So let's say you have a connection speed of just 10 megabits per second. You can still get at least 720p video at 60 frames per second with stereo sound. We're really proud of the experience we're able to deliver, and it's all thanks to more than 20 years of work at Google, building and
Interesting.
optimizing our
Okay.
networks and data centers to support services with billions of users like YouTube, Gmail, Android, Google Play, Maps, and of course, Google Search. The latency and speed demands of online gaming aren't far off from the demands we've been meeting for years. We handle the back end so you can play the games you want, when you want, on whatever screen you prefer. Back in October of 2018, we put this idea to the test with Project Stream. We invited users to stream Assassin's Creed Odyssey at up to 1080p and 60 frames per second. It was a phenomenal gaming experience on a wide range of PCs and laptops that were simply running a Chrome browser. With Project Stream, we demonstrated that we can transmit the live instance from the data center to your screen faster than your eye is transmitting those images to your brain. That's critical for fast-paced games on Stadia, like Mortal Kombat. It's truly a new paradigm for gaming. And since we announced Stadia a few months ago, we've gotten a lot of interest about this new way to play. In our conversations and meetups with game developers, they're excited about the possibilities of an ever-evolving play experience. And we can't wait to get Stadia in the hands of gamers later this year. So let's share some more details about the platform and what you'll need to get started at launch. You'll get the best experience playing with our new Stadia controller. It's designed specifically for streaming games, and it includes a capture button for your game footage and a button to access the Google Assistant. Of course, you can also play Stadia games with any supported game controller or with a mouse and keyboard. The only other thing you need is a screen to play on. Want to play on the HD TV in your living room? Just plug in a Chromecast Ultra. If you'd rather play on your laptop, desktop, or tablet, open a
Didn't
Chrome
they say that's
browser
not available
window.
at launch yet?
Our vision is for Stadia to run on any screen that runs Chrome, or you can use the Stadia app on your Pixel 3. We'll be expanding to more screens down the line too, including more smartphones. When you're ready to play, the Stadia controller connects directly to your game running in the Google Data Center. That direct connection is key to providing the highest possible performance and the best streaming experience. We have so many more details on the Stadia controller, which you can find at stadia.com. We're also a tweet away at Google Stadia to answer all your questions. We're very excited to introduce you to a number of new titles coming to Stadia at launch. Let's take a look.
Okay, let's see.
I'm a wolf, raised to be the alpha, trained to follow. Alas, the beast can't be tamed that easily. This wild territory is the perfect den for my kind. A free world where I can roam and explore with no end.
Oh, is this Ubisoft's Wildlands 2?
But I came here on the hunt.
Or whatever they call
Hidden
it.
among sheep, focused on their superficial dreams.
Or no.
Moving up the food chain step by step before I dominate them all. One target always clearly in my sights. To secure the future with technology others developed, but were too fearful to deploy.
Whoa.
By tooth and claw, I took this island, and by tooth and claw, I will rule it.
Interesting. I'm liking the setting. The setting's really cool.
The wolf knows when a predator nears. Can a ghost take on the lone wolf? Maybe. Tracking, analyzing, stalking, patiently, tirelessly. But there is no place for the weak and the wounded here. We are wolves. Stand by.
Oh, gameplay. Nice. Oh, I see. So you can see. See, this is a great use of showing how you can use some of the Stadia features of, you know, if you're doing a multiplayer Ghost Recon. Yeah, it's Breakpoint. Yeah, that's right. This is a great opportunity to show how you can see what other people see on your screen for the tactics. I think that's great. No, I like that. It's way better than that demonstration they showed earlier. I finally understand what they are going for and how you can apply it to it. I think that's great. That's a great showing. This must be like an adventure stealth game. Seems like it. It reminds me of Silent Hill. It's got that, you know, school from the first game and light and these creatures and not that graphically, but it just reminds me of Silent Hill. Oh, that's Tequila Works. Now the question is, are these all exclusive to Stadia? I know the Ghost Recon game is not. I wonder if the other two are. Are you trying to like load people's stuff as fast as possible while crossing traffic? Look at packed, yeah. is going on? Is it throwing a cat around? Jesus Christ. I kind of like this. This is kind of fun mayhem. Oh, is this 2020? Thought they were saying these are all launch titles. Come on, clarify, people. Yep, you can play Division 2. I actually played that a little bit recently.
So Tom
I actually
Clancy's
ended
The
up
Division 2
not
happened
finishing it.
7 months after a deadly pandemic that started in New York, spread.
It was
not
just too
only
much of the
across
same for
nation,
me. It was
but
all
also
about
across
just
the world.
going to a
And
space,
you,
killing all
as
the
an agent
opponents.
of the
There's not any
Strategic
other
Homeland
compelling
Division,
component that
called
made me want to
Washington,
keep
D.C.
going.
to help take the city back and save the country. So
And
one
I
of
guess
the
it didn't help
major
that I didn't have
challenges is
anybody
to take an RPG
in
and to
my
create
circle
a
that plays this
fast-paced,
game that I could
action-packed
play with. So
shooting game. We learned a lot from the first game, and we improved on that. And what we have today, I think, is the best cover-based shooter.
I do think
RPG
though
out there.
mechanically that covers the cover system
One of the real
is
benefits of
a
choosing
true
Washington,
great
DC for the
evolution.
second game is
Combat
that we
system
have all of these
in the cover
amazing,
system, I mean,
iconic buildings.
is a true evolution
White
from
House,
what Gears
the
of War
Capitol,
started
we
as.
have the Air and
And I
Space
think it's the best
Museum,
one
we
I've seen
have the
so
Lincoln
far. I
Memorial,
think they got that
of
down
course,
right, and the
there's
gunplay
even a
is actually
control
really
point at
nice.
the base of the
But
Washington.
not enough to keep me engaged the entire time.
Stadia means that you can play your game anywhere. The collaboration with Google has been really awesome because they're a very open company, at least with us as partners. We know games and they know infrastructure. So together we can bring a powerful, visually appealing experience to all
I guess
stakeholders.
if this is a subscription
Together we can
model,
make the best
this
of
would be enticing that you could
The
get people
exciting part about
to really play
partnering
together
with
easily
Google
if you're
is that
paying
they
a
really
small
have the
amount a
bandwidth and
month.
just the physical infrastructure to pull something like this off. Bringing the Division 2 to Stadia has been a learning experience and an immensely thrilling journey. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do in the future.
That's a look at just some of the amazing titles we're bringing to you at launch. And now, here to tell you about Stadia's
Yeah, but one of them
pricing
said
and availability
2020.
is my friend and colleague, John.
Come on.
We're launching Stadia with a diverse mix of games from lots of genres
Someone must
and
have messed up
world-class
or
game
something.
publishers. There's truly something for everyone. With Stadia,
Cool
you can
glasses.
put your money
I like
toward the
the
things that
the
really
texture on the
matter,
glasses
the
are actually
latest,
kind of cool.
Greatest game experiences that you can play anywhere. To unlock these experiences, we're offering a premium subscription for our Stadia players. Introducing Stadia Pro. It delivers the best of Stadia for just $9.99 per month. Stadia Pro gives you regular content
Not
that
bad.
we add to your library for being a Stadia Pro member at our highest streaming quality. 4K, HDR, 60 frames per second with 5.1 surround sound. And we're going a step further to celebrate players who want to be the first playing on Stadia. We know there's a passionate world of players out there who want bigger, better, more accessible gaming experiences. After announcing Stadia, we've heard from so many gamers who share our excitement. For those fans, we've created a custom, limited edition set of exclusive features and content. We call it the Stadia Founders Edition, and you can pre-order it starting today. The Founders Edition includes everything you need to get started with Stadia, and you'll have the first access to Stadia when it launches later this year. We want to make sure your games look great on the biggest screen in your home, so the Founders Edition comes with a Chromecast Ultra for streaming it up to 4K HDR at 60 frames per second directly to your TV. You'll also receive a limited edition Night Blue Stadia controller, as
Ooh,
well as 3 months
do like
of
that
Stadia
color.
Pro. And we know gaming is more fun with a friend. The Founders Edition comes with a 3-month Buddy Pass, so you can gift Stadia Pro access to a friend or family member. You can
That's
also pick
smart.
up an additional Stadia controller for $69. It comes in clearly white
Ooh,
just black
$69.
and wasabi. And here's the best part about the Founders Edition. You'll be among the
a little
first
too
players
pricey.
to secure your exclusive Stadia name. So you'll get the Stadia name you want and the bragging rights that go along with it. So you're getting a Chromecast Ultra, the limited edition Night Blue Stadia controller, 3 months of Stadia Pro for you and a friend, and you'll be among the first players to select a Stadia name. It's all in the Stadia Founders Edition, and it's coming to these 14 countries. And we're working hard to expand Stadia to additional countries in 2020 and beyond. We do have one more surprise. Gamers who buy the Stadia Founders Edition will get the complete Destiny 2 experience as part of Stadia Pro. Let's take a look.
Destiny's about being a super powerful hero set loose in a really beautiful world.
The first time I fired my super, I was like screaming, I'm so badass right now. I've been playing games for 30 years and I've never experienced that.
Destiny is about playing with your friends.
My best moments are with other players. The first time I beat Vault of Glass, I know who was there with me, and that just makes it feel so much more rich.
Bungie's always been at the forefront of exploring new ways to bring our games to our players.
We are now our own publisher. Did you know this?
And with Stadia, we get to be the tip of the spear with something that's new.
Our push now is to remove all the barriers that we have to playing Destiny.
Whenever, wherever, with whomever you want.
And we're allowing players to have access to all of it. All of our planets, all of our cooperative strikes, all of our competitive modes, Gambit, raids. It's all there for players to jump in and have fun with.
Shadowkeep is the next chapter in the Destiny story.
It's a pretty haunting tale. There are these nightmares that are walking the moon, and you'll have to find a way to conquer these nightmares and face your fears.
We have a lot to do with Destiny 2. We're not done yet.
We now are in control of our own destiny. Behind us,
You seem really happy
we
since
have an
leaving
incredible
Activision.
community. And with Stadia, I think we're going to open up an entirely new opportunity.
Obviously, they're going to
for
look
players
like
to
that
come
when they do
in,
an announcement like this,
play with
but
their
at the same
friends
time, you know,
around the
like they
world.
just. You can see it in their face. You know, you can see people when they talk and they're like, oh, this sounds exciting. Oh, here's the reveal.
Looking to the future always brings us back to the past. Can you feel them? I can still hear their voices. Their endless torment reshapes our moon. Nightmares now stalk the surface. Walking shadows, seeking vengeance. Our old fears, they rise again. And in the dark below, something wicked has awakened. We must bring an end.
Not
to
compelling
this
enough to get me
suffering.
back to Destiny 2, but I
One
appreciate their
way.
trying.
Or another.
It just came off when I looked at that tower. It looked like Lord of the Rings a bit, and I was just not into that.
A big thank you to our friends at Bungie for partnering with us to bring the full Destiny 2 experience to Stadia. The base game, all previous add-ons, the newest expansion, and the annual pass. They're
I
all
played
included
everything
in your
up to
Stadia Pro
Forsaken.
subscription.
After Forsaken,
And
I
as an
never
added
played
bonus,
any.
You'll be able to transfer
mean,
your Destiny Guardian to Stadia.
I didn't play
from any other
Forsaken, so
platforms.
Forsaken
To
Pass I
recap,
never played.
The Stadia Founders Edition comes with limited edition Night Blue controller, Chromecast Ultra, 3 months of Stadia Pro, the full Destiny 2 experience, first dibs on your Stadia name, and a buddy pass to give Stadia Pro to a friend for 3 months. Good luck deciding who you're going to give it to. When you add everything up, that's almost $300 of value. And you'll get it all in the Founders Edition for just $129, which you can pre-order now.
I don't know.
We're excited to offer the Founders Edition to gamers around
I
the
like
world,
everything
but
except
it's
I already
only
have an Ultra
available for a limited
Chromecast. I don't
time
need another
in
one.
limited quantities, so don't wait too long to pre-order. If you don't want the Founders Edition or Stadia Pro, you can still buy and play Stadia games without a subscription. Simply buy the games you want when you want them. We call this Stadia Base, and any games you purchase, they're yours to play whenever you want. So whether you're ready to go all in with the Founders Edition bundle, or if you prefer Stadia Base, you have options. All right, let's bring Phil back for a few final details and surprises.
Thanks for tuning in to this first look at some of our most exciting
have to go
launch
back
titles,
again
pricing
and
details, and how to access Stadia
maybe
right
read
at
some
launch.
statements they have
You can get
more
more
because
details and info
we'll talk
at
about it in a second.
stadia.com/FAQ,
I think they
or you can
are
find it in
missing
the
some key
description
details
here.
that I think
Or
people are
tweet
going to
us
get really
at
confused
Google
about real
Stadia.
quick.
We'll have much more to come soon, including additional announcements from some of the world's best game publishers. Thanks for watching. I can't wait for you to experience Stadia for yourself. And with that, we're excited to show you one last collection of games.
Listen up already.
Oh. You want to check out I Have a Rage 2 review on the channel? They showed Rage 2 right away. It looks like Ubisoft is hardcore in this because most of these games are. It's Doom, I think. They got a good mix. But these are all games that have come out already. That game looks fun. I do. That's the game that's interesting.
You guys are weird.
All right, that's it for Stadia. I think this is much better, much better than when they did the first one. I think it's like immensely better. I think they did I think they did an excellent job this time. You know, when it first came out and they released information about Stadia, the thing that really was getting people is, you know, internet is a huge thing in this. And I even covered, like, I'll put a link in the video description for my Stadia breakdown, which I talked about some of my issues in regards to what they're missing from that conference that makes me understand what they're trying to do and make people comfortable about this transition or trying to even try this. So in the end, I think they did a really good job. You know, when they showed the scale of what is your required internet to get certain types of connections, what their estimates are, I think that was great. I think it really broke that down really easily. There's many places you can go on to figure out what your internet speed is. So I think they did a good job in breaking that down. I think some games look really good on there. And like I mentioned, when they did a Ghost Recon on there and showing the feature that Stadia has specifically where you can see everyone's screen on your screen, that works for that kind of tactical game. So I think that was so great. I think that was a perfect way to show, instead of showing that demo that they showed where they're saying, oh, here's with some creative things, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I need to see like what in a real game that would actually apply this. And so I think that was great. That was very, very good of showing that. They showed some interesting games. The game I was most interested in is actually coming out in 2020, even though it said it was a launch game because Stadia said they're coming in the fall. They didn't give an exact date of when it comes out. But I think the biggest issue that came out of this overall, you know, and maybe it's just, maybe I missed it or I wasn't able to put two and two together. So I'm going to go back, they probably have a press release out. I'm going to go read that and all that kind of stuff. But I think initially when I was watching I got a little confused. So you have I understand the day one edition if you want to get that with all the stuff that it comes with. But I'm guessing then the subscription model is only to give yourself, if you could pay $9.99 a month to get 4K quality, like 4K, HDR, all that kind of stuff, surround sound 5.1, you have to pay that to get that. But if you just want 1080p and below, you can just buy your game on Stadia. I think that's what they were trying to do, which it's interesting for me personally, and I really want to hear your comments. I really want to know what you think. I personally like having the game downloaded on my hard drive so that I know it will be there. You know, when the internet goes down, I can still play the game, unless it's an online only game. I understand if it's an online only game. But when you have Stadia, it requires your internet. And also when you buy that game, if the publisher pulls the, I'm curious on how it works. If the publisher pulls the rights of the game away from Stadia, does it all of a sudden disappear? If Stadia all of a sudden just decides to not be a company anymore, you're going to lose all those games. I guess the piggyback you have to go to is that you can download it on your console when you buy games on your consoles, like the PlayStation, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Switch. And then you also can buy physical discs as well that will put into your console and be able to play the game. So I think that is something that if it was just a subscription model and they had all these games for you to play, I think that's more compelling for this platform than it is. And yeah, they did announce when you do the $9.99 you get some free games. Great. It's just like every other one that does. It's like PlayStation Plus basically, except in the end it's actually going to be much cheaper to get PlayStation Plus. But you could argue, an Xbox Game Pass as well, you can argue about whether what you're getting content wise. But what the real issue is that I think if it was just a Netflix type subscription model where you have a bunch of games on there and then you pick what you want to play, I think that's way more compelling and it works a lot better than it is when you can buy the game and then it's going to be on your Stadia, but it's basically all contingent on Stadia still existing regardless. I don't feel that that's going to make me want to buy a game on Stadia rather than buying it on a console. If it was a subscription model, like having a bunch of games, I'd be compelled for $9.99 to do that. But I I'm not compelled at the moment if I was just buying it as a consumer to buy it. But let me know your thoughts below. What did you think about this presser? What did you think about all the information about the games they showed? What do you think about their model that they have? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this content, I have a tons more here on the channel. Freeze Frame Rate. Check it out. Give it a like, share it with your friends. And all you have to do is hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up with everything I release every single week here on the channel. You don't even have to hit the bell. Just hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Mitch, and I'm signing off saying, see you soon.